In the last issue, Eddie burnt him and Carnage up to a crisp. Who's in more trouble? Is it Eddie or is it Carnage? We're about to find out. Support the comic book industry by visiting your local comic book store. My name is Doran. This is SE on Comics. We continue our coverage of Eddie Brock's Carnage. Number 5. Our story starts off in Chicago, where Eddie is still cooking. And he's like, why am I not healing? And then Carnage is like, because Eddie, you've been a bad boy. Another way to put it, I don't feel like it. As Carnage is adjusting his tie. So the Carnage is like, you may control our powers, Eddie. But healing, that's not about using the simplest abilities. It's about understanding the human body on a cellular level. I do it naturally. I'm inside every part of you. But you're ignorant. You could heal yourself if you understood your own body. But you don't. You just let Venom take care of it for you all these years. No questions asked. Well, I'm not Venom. I'm Carnage. You crossed me, and now you gotta learn a lesson. And that lesson is called suffering. That's why he's hurt on the ground. The police show up, and he's like, hold on, did FBI send you about the passengers? He's like, that's good. I can let you know exactly where they're at. And the police are like, just stay on the ground, sir. You're injured, and you're also under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. So then Eddie gets up like, under arrest? Like, hold on, time out. What are you talking about? And then it's like, sir, you need to get back down on the ground. Eddie doesn't. So then he gets tased, which since he has a symbiote inside of him, hurts probably 10 times worse. On top of the probably first, second, and third degree burns that he has. So Carnage, that's inside of his head, is looking on and is like, oh, Eddie, still trying to play hero, huh? That's shocking. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. While you deal with all that, I am going to take another crack at getting inside your head. So then we cut to Colorado in a helicopter in a snowstorm. You got Eddie, who has finally been bandaged up a little bit, but he's also handcuffed. And then he's shocked again to wake up. And the person that shocked him was Misty Knight. So even though he doesn't know where he's at, he's happy to see her, but he's also wondering why the hell he's in handcuffs. And she has to explain the situation. That they found him in Chicago in police custody, knocked out. That they decided to keep him sedated until they got close enough to where the plane crashed, and now he can let them know exactly where all the passengers are at. So she thinks that he still has the Venom symbiote, and Eddie's like, no, this is not Venom. So now Eddie's sitting back and he's realizing that, man, maybe letting Carnage in was a mistake. He just now comes to that realization, by the way, when there is some crazy turbulence. So then the pilot and all the other FBI agents are like, all right, look, we got to turn around because this storm's getting too bad. And if we don't turn around now, then we could possibly wind up missing. But Misty wants to keep going to find her cousin because if the snowstorm is going to be as bad as they say, then the passengers are probably going to freeze to death. So then she pleads with Eddie to see if he can sense the passengers anywhere. He tries to concentrate and he goes, nope, I don't feel anything. So then the one FBI agent's like, all right, it's time to turn this thing around. So then Eddie breaks his handcuffs, kicks open the door, and is like, it's best I probably do this on my own. And then jumps out the helicopter. He uses a symbiote to try to slow his fall down when all of a sudden he's grabbed by Misty Knight. So the Misty's like, you're not getting away that easy, Brock. Tell me where they are or I'll blow your head off. And Carnage comes out like, that's not very nice. And then Misty goes, oh my God, you're not Venom. And Carnage is like, no, we are Carnage. And then Carnage is like, you're not blasting anybody, not unless you want to die. So hang on. As they're flying down, I guess he wraps a symbiote around her so that she doesn't go anywhere. And then Carnage is like, you know you're going to have to kill her, Eddie. And Eddie's like, shut up, Carnage. So then they get to the ground safely. And then they just happen to be really close by to the cave where Carnage stashed all the passengers. So as they're getting all the passengers down, Carnage is still talking to Eddie in his head and is like, you know she's never going to let you get away with this. You know you're going to have to kill her, right? And then Eddie's like, Carnage, you need to be quiet. And then Carnage is like, you can tell me to be quiet all you want to, but I'm telling you, I'm right. So then Misty finds her cousin. She's okay. And she explains exactly what happened on the plane. She's like, yeah, I know. The guy is right here. As soon as he turns around, Eddie's gone. So Eddie's walking, but he's starting to tire out. And Carnage is like, that sedative that they gave you is finally starting to wear off. And all that adrenaline that you had before, yeah, that's gone too. So now the only thing that's left is pain. And I'm still not healing you. So then there's an explosion and Eddie goes flying and Misty's like, you're not going anywhere. So then Eddie just transforms into Carnage and Carnage is still in his head like, you gotta kill her. You gotta kill her. He grabs her using the symbiote, puts her against a tree, and then brings her close. And Carnage is like, you gotta kill her. You gotta kill her. You gotta kill her right now. So then Eddie goes, cuts her off her arm, the robotic one, not her real arm. He uncovers his face and goes, don't come looking for me. And then flies off. So then we cut back to Chicago where Muse shows up to his little hideout. It's still burning. And he goes, whoever did this is now my new obsession.